Hey YouTube, it's me Nikki. Welcome back to my channel. I shopped my stash and I feel like it's kind of refreshing to see people do this on YouTube because let's face it, every other day there's a new brand that's coming out with something new. Like 95% of us who use YouTube, be it a creator or someone who just watches videos and content, we can't really afford to just go out and purchase everything that's new. So I like to see what people are using that they've purchased a while back, because if they're still using it, then that means to me that it's going to be a good product. So with that being said, I have here the original, the OG Naked palette from Urban Decay. Granted, this is an old palette. I've had this one for about, I'm embarrassed to even say how long. So I decided, since I got some sun, I'm a little bit darker than I was. I'm about 6 shades darker. I wanted to use this. I just felt compelled to pull this bad boy back out and see what I can do with it. So this is the look that I got going on my face right now, and I'm going to show you guys how I did it. So I've already applied 2 products and I let these dry. I had taken the Tarte Shape Tape and Light Sand right below my brow here, and then I blended it downwards. And then I applied the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Nude Linen. I believe this is the Smooth Matte Eyeshadow. I think that's the name of it anyways, but the shade is Nude Linen. And I applied that to my eyelid. I went ahead and buffed it out and I let it set for a few minutes, and it's going to make sure that nothing creases. It's going to keep it in place all day long, which is fabulous. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Makeup Forever wavy brush in 242, and I'm grabbing a shade in here called Naked. And Naked is this nice light brown shade right here. With this, I'm going to apply it pretty heavily above my crease, and this is just going to serve as a transition shade for me. And I'm going to go ahead and apply it into the crease as well, just to help with the blending. So next I'm going to go in with my Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease Brush. I will be grabbing a shade in here called Buck, which is a little bit of a darker but still kind of neutral matte brown shade, and with this I am applying this into the crease. And I will be blending upwards and outwards as I go. Using this palette takes me back. It really does. I wish I would see more videos on this palette online. It seems like it had its day and then it just kind of dissipated. But I'm still living for it, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have this palette? Do you guys use it? If so, let me know. So next I'm gonna go in with a shade called Dark Horse, which is right here, and it's pretty shimmery. Typically I do not use shimmer shadows on the crease, but I'm going to this time. Throwback to like the early 2000s here. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to the outer edge of my eye. Just making sure to get that outer V, and that way it's nice and kind of dark on the outer edge. Now I am so sorry that I haven't uploaded a video the past few weeks, guys. I know that I told you guys that my life was falling into place and everything was lining up. However, I got a promotion at work, and basically my company that I work for creates computer software for bigger companies. And in doing so, we had a go live with a hospital it was like, not this past week, but the week before. And so there was mandatory overtime, and then last week I did 9 hours of overtime. So I was pooped. I was just out of it. I was exhausted. I've been training people and, you know, helping people do their job, and I'm still learning because it just went live. So all of us were learning the same thing at once, and people were coming to me with questions when I didn't even know the software. It was a little bit intense. First week was a nightmare, I'm just gonna be honest. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. But we ironed out the bugs. Things got a lot better last week. So nobody died, the computers didn't explode, but for a little bit I thought that they would. So anyways, I'm actually gonna go ahead and take a no-name brush, and I apologize, it just doesn't have a name on it. I don't know what brand it is, but it is an elongated C brush. and it's kind of thin here and flat. So it's perfect for applying cream eyeshadows, or if you're going to use an eyeshadow wet and you want to do a cut crease, these types of brushes are perfect for that. So I'm going to take my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, and I am gonna go in here with a shade called Sidecar. Sidecar is this shade right here. It's super pretty, and we are going to apply this to the eyelid. I'm gonna start at the beginning of my eyelid, and I'm gonna stop at my crease. I'm also bringing it all the way over to where it touches that brown, and then I could just kind of blend that brown out with this here in a little bit to kind of soften everything. But for right now, I'm just focusing on the actual shape of my lid. So next, I'm going to go in with the Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer Brush, and I'm going to grab just a little bit more of Dark Horse right here, and with this, I am going to just kind of touch up that outer V area and just kind of pat where it meets Sidecar. And then I'm just gonna go right on the crease, right above where I applied Sidecar. And I will be blending this out. So I'm gonna go back in with my Makeup Forever 242 brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend. Make sure everything looks good and has a really nice transition here. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and apply an eyeshadow right below my brow. And the only shade that I can really use and make it look the way I want it to would be Virgin right here. But Virgin is kind of shimmery. It does have a lot of shine to it, and I really don't want too much. So I'm just taking my Makeup Forever 210 wavy brush right here, and I am barely going to pat it into Virgin. Then I'm going to apply it right here at the arch of my brow and kind of blend it inwards just a bit and blend it outwards just a bit. But I want the main focus to be right there at the arch. So that way it's not too shiny. I don't want too much light attracted there. A little bit is good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab that 242 brush again, and I'm just gonna blend the very edge here where everything meets that highlight shade. Just like that. So next I'm gonna go back in with another brush, and this is just a no-name, really thick pencil brush right here. It's very domed, and it's perfect for getting on the inner corner of the eye. I'm gonna grab Virgin yet again, and then I am just gonna rub this on the inner corner of my eye for a little bit of a dramatic highlight here. Next, I'm gonna go in with an Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Corrupt, which is a deep brown shade. So with this, I'm gonna go right along my lashes. I do not want the eyeliner to be thick at all, but I really do want a little bit of a contrast between my eyelashes and the actual eyeshadow. And next, I'm gonna go ahead and take a brush just to kind of blend that a little bit. So this is a Jessup Flat Definer brush in 212. And I'm literally just gonna kind of smudge a bit here right along my lashes. It really helped to kind of soften everything. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Kat Von D Autograph Pencil. This is in Puro Amor, which is just a black shade, and with this, I'm gonna go ahead and tightline. I'm gonna go ahead and take just a little bit more of Dark Horse here, and I will be applying that just on like the outer edge of my eye, right along my lashes. I'm gonna smudge it into that brown liner just on the outer edge here. It's almost gonna look like a wing. I'm just trying to create just a little bit more definition there. I'm gonna go back in with that Urban Decay eyeliner in Corrupt. And with this, I'm applying it right on the outer edge of my lower lash line, basically right underneath my lashes. and I will be smudging this out. So the brush that I'm going to use to smudge that will be the Zoeva 230 Luxe Pencil Brush. And because these pencils dry, like they set so fast, you do have to work really quickly. So I'm just kind of bringing it inwards a bit and smoking it out. So I'm going to use the very same brush that I just used to smudge that. I'm going to grab a little bit of Buck, and I'm going to apply this just to like the bottom edge of where I smoked everything out. Then I'm going to take that same brush again, and I'm going to grab a little bit more of Dark Horse, and I am just going to apply this towards the very edge of my lashes and kind of blend it. Then I'm going to go ahead and hop back in with that Kat Von D liner, and I will be doing my waterline. I just removed the tape. I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara, and I'm using the Wet n Wild Lash-O-Matic Duo. Going in with the mascara first, I'm going to coat these bad boys, and then I'm going to take the Fiber Lash and apply this. You do not need a lot of this. A little bit really goes a long way. So I do one coat, and then I'm going to go back in with the mascara. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is take the Maybelline New York Concealer. This is, I believe, the Fit Me Concealer in medium. It's number 25 here. And I will be applying this right below my eye. And I do have some beauty blenders over here. It does actually look like I have a lot of concealer on, but really, I wiped off most of the excess, so that way it wouldn't be very chunky. And what I'm going to do now is just kind of blend this a bit, and then I'm going to be setting it using a powder. So to set this, I'm actually going to use two powders together. I'm going to take my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, and I'm mixing it with a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fair Light. So I'm going to go ahead and bake and let this set for a bit. So I'm going to have to wait about 5 minutes before I go ahead and like brush off the excess powder. However, I do have to tell you guys that this is freaking fantastic. This is from Bare Minerals, and this is their Bare Pro Contour. Holy smokes, I've been living for this thing for like 2 weeks now. It barely looks like I've used any, but I use these two like it's going out of style. They blend so well together. This is really freaking nice, and I will be repurchasing this. I'm so glad they came out with this. I had another palette from them that I've been using for my contour and loved it, by the way, but I'm a little bit darker now than I was then. And when I saw this, I had to have it. So I do suggest, if you're in the medium skin tone range, you're gonna love these shades. They are like the perfect warmth for medium skin. I just freaking adore this palette. Okay, so I went ahead and dusted off the excess powder. I did use my Hakuhodo and Sephora Pro brush to do that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my contour, and then my blush, and then my highlight, and we're gonna get this rolling. I'm gonna go ahead and hop in with this palette from Bare Minerals, and this is my favorite contour palette ever of all time. I'm shook. I'm shooketh. It's that good. So I am going to take two brushes to do this. The first color I'm going to use is the shade. This is in Tan to Dark, by the way. With that, I'll be taking my Hakuhodo Sephora Pro brush. I do apologize, I do not know the names of these brushes, but I'm gonna grab a little bit of this, and I'm going to create the shadow, and then I'll be blending with a different brush in a different shade. Going along my hairline and underneath my cheeks, and right under my jawline as well. So I've created the shadow. I'm gonna go in with another brush, and this is the Makeup Forever Wavy 152. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade called Blend right here. And with this, I'm gonna just kind of apply it right on top and blend everything. I feel like these two colors are a match made in heaven. They just look so good. it's a thing, man. This palette is just freaking phenomenal. For the blush, I'm going in with Benefit's Dallas, and I am going to apply this onto my cheeks. And for the brush that I'm using, this is the Zoeva Luxe Sheer Cheek Brush. For the highlight, I'm going in with MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. And I am going to apply this just for a tiny bit of shimmer and light catching goodness right here. And then on the very top of my lip and the tip of my nose. Okay, so for the lips, I'm actually going to take a MAC lip pencil in Subculture, and I will also be using a Bare Minerals liquid lipstick. This is a matte liquid lipstick from the Gen Nude line, and this is in Icon. All right, everyone, so this is the look. I am digging it. You know, I love warm toned looks. You guys see me doing so many of those. In fact, it feels like a plethora of people are doing that on YouTube right now, and I had to do something a little bit more cool toned. I needed to step out of my comfort zone. I needed to try something new, something different, and I'm so glad that I shopped my stash, because I have a newfound appreciation for this palette and I will be wearing this to work. As always, I do greatly appreciate any feedback or any comments that you guys want to leave me. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys know how to reach me, of course. Please hit that like button. It means so much to me. And please subscribe if you want to be part of the fam. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you. Thank you so much. Bye.